one final performance before we begin. Hizi overall by this itaenda leo. Aya, kaka?
See final.
No, not from you. Before we begin. Before we begin.
Si contest.
Iko sawa.
Lakini nawaambia hiyo hapo.
Okay. Aya, hapo katikati. Ndio hiyo sasa.
Yes, habari zenu.
Nzuri sana.
Nashukuru kuwa hapa. Unajua Stanley nilikuwa niona na kipita. Lakini leo niko ndani. Hatuko ghetto. Tumesema ni Yuri.
Yeah?
Tunasema Yuri kama
Ama
ghetto tunasema YouTube.
Yuri, huku tunasemanga Yuri. Si mnajua Yuri nini? Ndio sasa.
Sasa mimi nashukuru, naitwa Oliver Karani aka Dunga Unuse.
Haya.
Nuza firigisi nazizungusha mtaani. So unatoa kona tu kwa mfuko. So unadunga unakula. So watu niombea
Firigisi ni
giza.
Sote tulikuwa tukijua hiyo ama nilikuwa mna float kama mimi. Ni mimi. Did you guys know that Stanley haikuanzishwa na mwanamke? Nani alikuwa kifikiria Saruba Stanley was started by a man? Because for the longest time I thought ni jamaa fulani tu anaitwa Mr. Stanley akasema wacha nianzishe mkahawa. Do you know it was actually started by a very enterprising lady way back in the 1900s, I think 1902. How many people here know that a lady started the Stanley Hotel? Did anyone know? It's an amazing story. Back in 1902, are you guys seeing the photos? That was Nairobi back in the day. There's a lady, an amazing lady, all the way from the UK. And they come through akasema, hapa kunaweza kuwa na a place where people come to take some rest, or to have a drink, or to have a meal. And she started the Stanley up idea, and it's amazing. And the reason why it's amazing is first it shows us that regardless of who you are, because back in the day, it was even harder for ladies than it is now. Things were difficult. So can you imagine in 1902 for a lady to start a business? And it wasn't a husband, it was her who started the business. And it flourished to this day. Because if you start a business and 100 years later, it's still thriving. Sio ni kitu kikali sana. Taka ni mali itakuwa in 2021. Itakuwa 21. Yes. Vince itakuwa in 21. Will Vince be here in 21? Yes. Okay, itakuwa hapo hivyo. DNC itakuwa 21. Ndio hiyo sasa, itakuwa hapo hivyo. Okay, so I just thought that I'd share that. It's a bit of inspiration that I found. That this person in 1902, they started the Stanley against all odds. Her name was, what's her name? And now I've lost it. It was started by a lady called Mayence Bent. That was her name. If you ever Google her, Mayence Bent. She started the Stanley as it was over there in that photo, and it's grown to what it is now. It was named after the explorer, Sir Henry Morton Stanley. I'll tell you those stories later. In just a bit, we're just about to begin. We're to end live to everyone on YouTube and Facebook as well. So just 5 minutes to endelea kujuana will be underway in no time. Okay, now we are good to go. Ladies and gentlemen, kings and queens, welcome one and all to, we need to go back there. Okay. Camera ni tricky. Okay, here we are. And we're good. Better? I can't. Okay, are we good? Okay, ladies, kings and queens, welcome one and all to Rover Stanley. We are here for the CAM Sustainability Conference 2021, courtesy of the Kenya Association of Manufacturers. Thank you to everyone who is here in the room with me from every different mtaa, from every different project that you guys are doing. And of course, thank you. Thank you to everyone who's tuning in on our YouTube and our Facebook as well. Karibuni sana. I will be your host for the day. My name is Charlie Karomi, and today at the CAM Sustainability Conference 2021, it's all about the theme for the day, championing sustainability in the new normal. COVID-19 and the COVID economy is our new normal. So how do we champion sustainability in the new normal? It's all about reducing, reusing, and recycling. And we're going to hear from a lot of amazing people, including one lady who has told us today, waste is wealth. Takataka ni nini? Ndio hiyo sasa, that's my in-studio, in-conference audience up I'm through. We're about to have so much fun today, so much constructive fun. We're about to have panel discussions in the building about the opportunity within the circular economy value chain in this COVID era. We're going to talk to people from Vince, from Takataka Nimali, from EABL. Nema as well is going to chime in. And also, by the way, EABL is coming through with something that is of interest to us young people. We are young people, tunajua, saa zingine sherehe ni sheria. But we have to be responsible. So they will speak to us about that. And we have so many amazing guests in the building. We'll get to them in just a bit. Before anything else, we need to call up someone from the organization that is hosting us all, the Kenya Association of Manufacturers. They are in the building. And the lady who's about to come through, she is graceful as she is amazing. It's the amazing Grace, the head of corporate comms at CAM. A round of applause for her, tafadhali.
Good morning, all. I hope you are enjoying yourself. My name is Grace, as Charlie has said, and I'm delighted to be part of you. So just a quick description of what we are doing today. So this is the third Youth Sustainability Conference that the association has hosted, and we try to to provide a platform where youth can get ideas on innovative ideas on how to drive waste management in the country. These include proper waste management systems, among others. So a quick description of who we are as an association. So we are a membership organization for manufacturers in the country. We are based in not only in Nairobi, but other regional places such as Mombasa, that's the Coast region. We also have North Rift, where we have our offices in Eldoret. We also have South Rift, that's in Nakuru. We also have central offices in Zindika. Nairobi industrial area is based in industrial area. We also have, as I mentioned, coasts, and there's one more I can't remember at the moment. I remember and share. So members are in different sectors. So we have 14 sectors in general. So there's food, there is steel sector, there's also plastic sector, among others. So just a quick description of what, as I had said about the youth, we are driving this through our ukamilifu. That's our social impacts arm of the association. Who will tell me what ukamilifu means in English? Anyone? That side? Completeness. Perfect. So it means wholeness and completeness. So for today specifically, we are going to create awareness on proper waste management that we can drive as the youth. Secondly, share opportunities that you can take up in regards to green growth and circular economy. And that understand the challenges that you're facing as the youth in terms of waste management value in the value chain. So let me take this opportunity to recognize our sponsors. That's EABL and Isuzu. Our partners, we have Takataka Nimali, Center for Community Development and Human Rights Kibera, Vince Plastics, NEMA, and of course each one of you. So asantani sana na karibuni.
Another round of applause for their amazing grace. And if you're wondering what that is, ladies and gentlemen, especially the young kids listening right now on our live stream, if you're ever a host of an event, don't bring two mics that are on close together. That's the sound that you will hear. Well, karibuni sana to the Kenya Association of Manufacturers Sustainability Conference. It's all about being sustainable, not using up all the natural resources that we have. Speaking of natural resources, there's a man here with us today who is a natural resource in terms of the wealth of experience and the know-how that he has. All the way from CAM, the Kenya Association of Manufacturers, we have the head of membership and governance, the head of membership and governance, and to us, he's a natural resource in terms of the experience and the knowledge that he has. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome Mr. Tobias Alando. Round of applause, tafadhali. Was I correct in saying you're a natural resource in terms of your experience?
You're not mistaken. You're
Ndio
right.
hiyo sasa. Another round of applause for Mr. Tobias.
Good morning, beautiful ladies and handsome gentlemen. Turn to your neighbor and say you look environmentally friendly. Some of you have not said that. Turn to your neighbor and say, I am glad to see you today. So on behalf of the Kenya Association of Manufacturers, we want to welcome you all to the sustainability conference that we are having today. And if I look around, almost 80–90% of the participants are youth, are young people in this society. Now, I want to ask us a question before I go through my introductory speech. And you don't have to answer me immediately, but maybe you can have a discussion out of it before we end the conference. If we personify environment and make him or make her a person, what do you think environment will tell you as a youth? What do you think the environment will tell you as the government? What do you think the environment will tell you as a man or as a woman who lives in this society? Please think through that. When you get the answer, you will know why we are here. The youth comprises about 75% of the population in this country. That's why they say the youth are very, very important in the society. And they need to get involved in each and every activity in regards to sustainability. I wish to take this opportunity to welcome you all to our Sustainability Week. This is a special week for the association. As Grace mentioned, we are a membership business organization that is 60+ years and been existing to support the industrial growth in this country. We engage the government, the private sector, and the youth in championing entrepreneurial innovation and foster sustainability. The SDGs, the Sustainable Development Goals, take an inclusive approach towards achieving better, more sustainable future for all. Additionally, the goals require that we work together towards realizing the agenda. And it's the role for each and every one of us to work towards achieving the sustainable environment goals. In line with the SDGs, the industry is making strides to ensure environmental protection in its own practices. The association has consistently championed the adoption of critical tenets of sustainable development and green growth towards actualization or actualizing a circular economy. Waste generation is a natural part of healthy living. You see, when we were growing up, I remember when we were growing up, we used to undermine anyone who collects what? Garbage. We used to undermine. But as we have grown up, we have realized that garbage collecting or garbage business is a gold mine. Because we will live with garbage and garbage will always be here. It's what we do with the garbage that makes the difference. So how many are proud to be associated with garbage? Excellent. We are all proud to be associated with garbage. Hata ukiniita takataka ni shauri yako. Takataka ni nini? Ni mali, for those who know. Over the years, the industry has been tasked with identifying solutions to manage the waste they produce as well as post-consumer waste. However, the efforts to establish sustainable waste management mechanism have been challenged by, among others, issues like lack of adequate consumer awareness, poor policy frameworks, lack of structured waste management schemes. A sustainable waste management solution looks at addressing behavior change. Somebody say behavior change. Sisi ni wale they say when you're growing up, we mix takataka, you put everything. You put paper, plastic, organic waste, you mix it everywhere, and then you give the job to someone to go and sort. Now we need to change our society and the behavior of our society. That's why nimeona in CBC they are taught about waste, different types of waste, and it is good because when I was growing up, we were not taught that. In the school that I went to, we were not taught about that. We are lucky now our children can be able to be taught about segregation of different wastes, and that waste can be recycled and items reused for the benefit of a clean and environment society. In our commitment for a clean Kenya, KM is involving all stakeholders in the development of inclusive and sustainable waste management initiatives. Through the PET sector, KM has an ongoing framework of cooperation with the Kenyan government towards implementation of extended producer responsibility and take-back scheme. In 2018, the plastic industries in Kenya began their journey towards implementing their extended responsibility in the country. This began by formation of a voluntary collective effort for management of PET bottles under PETCO, which is a South African model that we are trying to implement in this country, that brought in a voluntary extended producer responsibility initiatives. We were able to identify gaps, the Kenya waste management value chain, which included lack of adequate policies to effectively coordinate national, county waste management functions, recognize extended responsibility by private and business, and promote circular economy. The need to ensure the costs of doing business for businesses in the waste value chain to enhance investment and drive change. That's why you've seen a lot of business have come in under the waste management area because of revision of the environment in terms of policy to allow more businesses to tap onto the opportunity. Low consumer awareness, fueling the littering culture. And then right now there's a lot of awareness ongoing within our communities, and you young people are doing a great job. within your community. I remember last year or 2 years back, we were engaging with the Dandora Hip Hop City group in terms of waste management, and these guys have been doing an excellent job. You need to give them a clap. And any other waste organization that came in later on, we appreciate every little effort that you have done in your own areas to ensure we have a sustainable environment. The plastic industries has acknowledged the need to address all plastic fractions, which currently in Kenya market include industrial, primary packaging, bread bags, and other plastic materials produced in Kenyan environment. To ensure that a plan was put in place that was based on empirical and fact-based information, KM led private sector to develop the Kenya Plastic Action Plan, which was launched in 2019. I may not go into much details about that, but previously, like I mentioned, we signed an MOU with Dandora Hip Hop City and wildlife clubs in Kenya in order to engage young people in creating awareness on waste management and encourage them to play an active role in recycling a value chain. As I conclude, this is our time to create waste markets to turn their waste into an economic resource and to enrich the livelihoods of many people. We have the capacity and the opportunity to embed environmental sustainability in our industrial development, even as we look towards achieving sustainable development goals. In doing so, we will create more jobs in this country whilst creating a new stream of income from the waste management initiatives. As I conclude, I look at the room and I see young people who are ambitious, young people who indeed have an opportunity in this country. The environment that we are conserving today, we are conserving it for your children. In other words, you are our children, but the environment that you are conserving and you're playing a role to conserve, it is for your children also, and it's for our grandchildren. And we hope to raise a youthful generation that will maintain and sustain a very positive environment. You'll use the opportunity to create wealth, you'll use the opportunity to create jobs, and you'll use the opportunity to make a difference. And that is why you and I are here and are seated in this table. And some of you probably, because of the area that you purposely decided that mimi nitashughulikia mambo ya environment, has made you go places and have made you meet many people. We have skills that have come up because of the ambition and the desire to change the environment. Is that not so? Kuna watu wengi kati yetu hapa pengine hakukuwa vile wako leo, na ni kwa sababu wametaka kuona tofauti kwa mazingira yetu, wameamua either nitakuwa msanii ama nitaanzisha kampuni ya kuwezesha kuboresha mazingira yetu. Ni kweli ama si kweli? Na nataka kuwahimiza muendelee na moyo huo ama wanasema huo muendelee na moyo wa kutaka kuboresha mazingira yetu. Mazingira kama ingekuwa mwanadamu ingekuongelesha, ingekuuliza mbona wanidhulumu, mbona munanidhulumu. Mazingira yauliza, utajibu mazingira vipi? Utamwambia pole, but ukimwambia pole, take the initiative to make a difference. So do we commit ourselves that we will take the initiative to make a difference in our environment? And that starts with you. As I conclude, you see, I see a lot of, now we are approaching elections. You'll allow me to mention this. So I see a lot of, they're called what? The political parties and the party symbols that come in, okay? The common ones, munazijua, sindio? How comes we don't see any symbol that touches on sustainability? Someone who is willing to promote sustainability in our country. How comes we are not seeing this? Is it not part of the agenda? And I would ask the youth that as we engage those who want to be leaders, let us push this agenda of sustainability, particularly of our environment. What do they want to do for the youth in regards to sustainability? Because when they leave the environment for you and your children, and they have to leave it in a way that it can be sustained. I want to say thank you very much for attending the conference and wish you the blessings of God. Asanteni sana.
Asante sana, Bwana Tobias Orlando. Another round of applause for Bwana Tobias. He's the CAM head of membership and governance. And let me tell you one phrase that we will keep saying here today at the CAM Sustainability Conference 2021 is one man's trash is another man's what? Ai, hamjui hiyo? Come on. One man's, okay, whisper the answer to the friend. Kama unajua, whisper to your friend. And then when I ask again, we all say it. One man's trash is another man's. There you go. Also, one woman's trash is another woman's. Now, something you might not know about me, I'm actually married. And that phrase is what my wife used. Kuna watu wengine walisema achana na Charlie Karomi, that's not a good one. She was like, listen, one woman's trash is my treasure. She cleaned me up and here I am. Am I not a treasure? Thank you very much. This is sustainability. We need to bring it into the real world. Karibuni sana. Remember, you're all on candid camera. So in case you see a camera next to you, please smile and wave at them and tell them to be sustainable. Right about now, here's what we are here to do. We're about to get into the meat of our business here. We're about to have a panel discussion. Now, in this panel, we're going to invite the guys up here to speak to us. And we're going to be representing different members of this value chain because, as we've learned today, waste is wealth. So we'll have someone representing a CBO who's trying to acquire wealth from waste. We'll have someone from a company who is doing a lot and actually a waste sustainability champion. We'll also have someone from the Kenya Association of Manufacturers to speak to us about the opportunities and how they can help. And of course, someone who is part of that cycle, someone who is in plastic production. Now, remember, if they're up here on stage, keep your questions and then we'll answer them in just a bit. But acha tuanze saizi. First up on stage, we have someone who is going green and clean. We have Agnes Kubere from Slums Going Green and Clean. Are you in the building, Agnes? Agnes, karibu sana. Round of applause as she joins us on stage. Is it Agi for short? I'm Agnes. Okay, it's Agi. Karibu sana, karibu sana. We have Agnes from Slums Going Green and Clean. Let me tell you, for the people from my part of Kenya, that is what we call a tongue twister. Going green and clean. Yani zinatokanga tu hivyo. But welcome, welcome, welcome. We have someone who is part of a company that's a recycling champion. All the way from Vince Plastics Limited, we have the director, Aruna Varsani. Karibu sana. Round of applause. Okay, inaendelea. Are you seeing the super team? Let me tell you, the super team that we are getting up here. This is a even more deadlier team than Arsenal. No, than Manchester. Who do we support here? Watu Arsenal, hey? Hey, muko bado. Strong people, strong people. We are assembling a team here. Tuko na Odegaard tushamweka hapo hivyo. Ngoja muone hii team venye inakuja. We have someone from the Kenya Association of Manufacturers, Madam Sharon Okwani. Where are you? Where are you, Sharon? Madam Sharon, round of applause for Sharon as she joins us. And then we have someone from Line Plast Group, Miss Jane Rose Namu. Where are you, Jane Rose? Jane Rose? Is Jane Rose in the building? From Line Plast? Jane Rose? Jane Rose is not in the building, so we might need to add someone. Substitute mkali wa Arsenal anaitwaje? Niambie jina. Saka. Aya, wacha tusake substitute saizi. Rose Kerubo from Taka Taka Nimali, karibu sana to the stage. Okay, before we get started, these people represent that value chain. Ya kutuonesha that there is wealth in waste hapo hivyo. So maybe round tutaenda to like in about 1 minute, tell us who you are, what you guys do, and what value you found in Taka Taka. Hello. A bit long. Press it for a bit longer. There you go. Good morning. Oh, wait. Check. This one, try that one.
Good morning.
Good morning.
My name is Agnes Kubere. I'm the Secretary of Slums Going Green and Clean. We are a CBO based in Kibera. We do waste collection from the household level. We mostly do upcycling, repurposing, and reusing of waste. Thank you.
Sana, karibu sana. Yes.
Good morning, everybody.
Morning.
My name is Aruna Varsani. I'm a director of Vince Plastic Limited. We are a recycler, and we also upcycle once we collect all the recycled plastics. So this is where we are heading towards. Thank you.
Okay, asante sana. And what I'm made to understand is that Vince supports actually a number of people here. Who is supported or who is a member of that Vince team that is supported by you?
Team from Vince, put up your hand. Show the power.
There you go. That's the power of Vince.
Today is a Kibera event, that's what I can say. And I'm reaching all of you soon.
Amazing work.
Yes.
Asante sana. Thank you for being here. Yes.
Good morning, everybody. My name is Rose Kerubo Mariba from Taka Taka Nimali. Waste is wealth. So what we do at Taka Taka Nimali is we really want to connect the waste picker to the recycler to avoid this middleman so that the waste picker can make wealth out of the waste. Thank you.
Asante sana. Karibu.
Good morning. My name is Sharon Okwani. I work with the Kenya Association of Manufacturers. I support the sectors, specifically plastics, and I also coordinate our sustainability initiatives. Happy to have you all here today for us to engage issues, sustainability, and promoting recycling. And yeah, hope we engage more on the same. Thank you.
A round of applause for the team that we have gathered here. So, Taka Taka Nimali, waste is wealth. Let me start from the bottom, from the people who actually represent the people on the ground, the CBOs. Agnes, you're part of them. Let me find a mic for you and sanitize one for you. Could I have that mic? Agnes, I want you to tell us about your experience, because you're on the ground, aren't you? You see what's going on. What's the opportunity and what's the challenge that maybe you faced? Because people from CAM, people from a company like Vince can actually be able to hear you and learn from you and maybe present a solution to you. And also there are a lot of young people here who are gathered who want to know what is it that you do and how can they get involved. So Madam Agi, maybe tell us about your experience and how that goes. Try the mic again. There you go.
Okay.
So remind us the name of your organization.
Slums Going Green and Clean.
What exactly do you do?
For now, we do waste collection at the household level. We collect waste from people's houses, and then we do segregation. The waste we collect, we use it to either upcycle or we reuse and repurpose it for other uses.
Okay. For now, I want you to tell us the opportunity that you found in waste, but also the challenge. Because hakuna kazi yenye inakuanga rahisi hii dunia. Kuna ka challenge maybe umepata. Now, the people watching, the people listening, they might be able to help. So tell us about the opportunity. Tuanze positive or negative? Tuanze gani?
We start with the positive.
The positive, let's start with that.
So for the waste, as we all agree, waste ni mali. For instance, our offices are built using glass bottles, which we picked from hotels, bars. All of them are wine bottles. So from them, we were able to get building materials from the waste. And I think that's one of the benefits of waste. It can be used for many purposes. Even the interior decor of the office, all of it has come from waste. That's one of the benefits I can say we can get from the waste. As for the challenges, mostly it's associated with personal protection. We have, during the process, we'll use the term we use, kuchemba, your process here, kuchemba, when you're sorting.
Yeah.
We, more often than not, do not have protective gear, so you can encounter fecal matter. Sometimes you get injected or rather pierced by the glasses. We even had one of our members contract COVID, and the masks we use are also in the waste, and they're not segregated or separated in terms of a hazard nature. So I think that's one of our biggest challenge, personal protection.
Okay, personal protection. Maybe Sharon, you can mention something on that. Is there any way that or what can you advise people on the ground who are facing such challenges? What can you advise them? And also speak kidogo on the opportunities as well, because you guys as CAM, you know the business, you know how it is.
Yes, I agree. Personal protective equipment is a challenge, and that is now where KM and also our partners as Vince are trying to now support the groups by providing such equipments for them and also capacity building them on now the need for them to use that. Because then if you give them the same and they don't really understand why they need it or how effective it is and how they're supposed to use it, then they won't really use it at the end of the day. In terms of the opportunities, there are a lot of opportunities when it comes to waste management. And as for KM, our main agenda is to advocate for now proper waste management, and I believe we have done quite a lot, engaging with different people from government to our members to now going to the ground, like now the CBOs. And from that, we have realized there's a lot of opportunities in line with now the different regulations that we are able to develop with the government. And also the government now also adopting now circular economy agenda into now the different regulations that they are putting across to manage for effective waste management. So we are hoping that with these regulations, then there'll be a lot of changes, and we are hoping that then the youths and then the CBOs can really put themselves, or rather engage now to take advantage of these opportunities that are coming in play. One being the EPR regulations that are coming along, which will then promote effective waste management, green jobs, recycling, waste collection, and really getting everybody doing their responsibility when it comes to waste management, right from then the manufacturer to the county government, the national government, and even the CBOs, and now the recyclers such as Vince. Yes.
Okay, amazing, amazing. Asante sana. I love how you mentioned, and my mic isn't working. Another one. Oh, there, this one is better. I love how you've said, Gava kuna regulations. They're already in place, some are they are being rolled out slowly?
Currently, they're in draft, but they're finalized.
Yeah.
The one which has progressed a lot is now the Sustainable Waste Management Bill, which is currently at the Parliament. In fact, they are undergoing public participation currently. So with that, it will, then it really defines the responsibility for different players within the waste value chain, right from the national government to the county, to now a business entity like now Sarova, where we are on what they're supposed to do. And I think with that, the bill also then promotes issue segregation, which will then reduce such, like now the challenges that Agnes and the groups are going through, whereby currently collection is not segregated. So you get your mask put with food waste and your plastics and everything, which is, it's really a challenge, yeah.
Okay. Because those regulations are coming, especially in terms of companies tambo, you need to have someone who's managing that waste. Na kuna kazi mingi sana zitatokea hapo hivyo. Because if the government makes companies do that, they'll be looking for the CBOs and the VINCs to help them with that. Isn't that right?
Yeah, that is very true.
Okay, let me talk to the director of VINCs. How are you doing, madam?
I'm doing good, thank you.
So first thing, you'll tell us about how it is for your company, the recycling champion here, and then also about the work that you're doing with community-based organizations, because a lot of them are gathered here today and they are supporting you in that value chain. So I want you to speak a little, because there are people watching and they're like, we have like a group in our community. We'd love to be part of that chain. They'll want to hear from you. But first, tell me about the business. How is Vince doing? How are you helping the environment?
Vince doing good right now. We are sustainable right now. We are managing through. But there is no much support from any organization you get, especially from the government, which we are looking forward to recognize what we are doing to restoring ecosystem back. We are not only in a business, I will say we are part of a change, and we are part of a challenge which is coming far ahead also. So that is one of the challenge we do have. We have been not recognized to the level as a sustainable and as an eco-restoring one of the manufacturer company.
Yeah, because that's amazing work that you're doing. Is there a specific project that you've done that you're really proud of? That you can, in ile time ya ringa turingie, what's that one thing?
I will say each day is a special at Wins Industries, because each day we are empowering more people, we are collecting all those plastic, we are restoring back also by back and through and forth communicating with the people on the ground from CBO. So I don't have one specific one, but definitely I can say all sitting here, my CBOs, they are my power, they are my family, and I speak behalf of them that yes, we are one, and we are going to make it happen this. But there is one recognition, we got it as a circular economy with about 4 weeks ago, we have been awarded by environmental counties.
Oh, amazing, amazing. Wanasema chema cha jiuza, sindio? Chema cha jiuza. Ndiyo hiyo.
So this is a start for any of you doing recycling up there. Please don't give up. Keep going. There are good future, brighter futures are coming up for our environment and for our all hard work which we are putting into the restoring ecosystem back.
Okay. One last question before you put the mic down. So you work with CBOs who are able to not only help the environment and their communities, but also maybe make a living up Oivo. And I'm sure you have standards before you recruit new CBOs to come help you through. You're looking for something in the CBO. They need to do this and this and this. If there's someone watching, listening right now, what does a CBO need to do to get part of that pie?
So I will say that all CBOs are welcome at Wins Industry. This is one welcoming. But you definitely you have to go through the training to understand what you have to collect from the ground. As we just understand there's a lot of risk when you're also collecting your plastic you can get hurt, you can get even Serino injection, which might be infected. So all this training, we do it at Wins Plastic. So before we take you on board, you must come to our facilitated area and get it done, your training. The second, we normally try to sign up the MOU, because we have to understand that we have a mutual relationship, what we are doing, and we take a responsibility of any risk we are coming through or we are going to face as a together, right? But same time also, we do provide all the protection gears. We try to do our level best. We do overlap, and then we try to provide the gloves with the reflectors so you identify where you belongs to also. Sometimes we do provide gumboots. So these are the lot of training happens before any CBO will join us, because we care for you also, not only for environment. So if we are protected, then only way we can protect our environment. So this is what WIN specialize for.
Okay. How can they contact you?
You can contact us through all our email addresses are up there on social media also, but I can say you now, as my personal email is aruna@winsplasticlimited.com.
Okay, asante sana. And I'm sure we'll put the links in that live stream for the YouTube. We'll put the links there. So if you are a member of a CBO, maze kuna kazi hapa hivi. Kujieni, amazing. Round of applause hapo hivo, tafadhali. Some amazing work being done. And speaking of amazing work, there's a lady over here who's told me they've gone to Kajiado in Kitengela and they're doing something amazing there. Takataka ni mali, si mali?
Takataka ni mali.
Karibu,
Yes.
karibu. Tell us about Kitengela. Tell us about Kajiado and what's going on there.
Okay, Takataka ni mali. We have established a hub in Kitengela town where we used to call the dump site, but we changed the name. We call it Kitengela Waste Hub. So what we do in Kitengela is we've started an application known as Taka ni Mali app, courtesy of the United Nations Development Program. We started in July, and it is running till the end of December. We are doing a pilot. We said we need to start from right home. So we mapped the area into 3 sectors: the high-end level, the middle, and the lower class level. So our main aim is really to change the culture, the thinking of a person that the responsibility of waste is for the caretaker, where maybe I'm living, the county government, or any other waste picker outside there. We want to initiate a culture in people to know that waste is a personal responsibility. My waste, my responsibility. So through that, we started the Taka ni Mali app. Homesteads, the homesteads download the app. After downloading the app, they put in their credentials and the area. So we give them separation bags. So they segregate the waste into different types of waste. We have plastic, we have the kitchen waste, we have paper. We provide all that. So after we've provided all that, when the bin is full, this homestead owner requests for a collection. So they go to the app. Those that do not have smartphones, we have an SMS. They dial *483*047#. So after they dial that USSD, we get the notification from our end. We have designated different collectors, and they receive the notification. Household at this place, they have requested for collection. After we go, we look at how this person has separated the waste. So they earn bonga points. They earn points in the app. These points will be redeemable in terms of environment-friendly items. Maybe like we can give a flower pot, we give certificates to children. And apart from homesteads, that is the first place we went to. The second place we went to schools. children are the best to learn about environmental sustainability. So we have different schools in Kitengela that we are championing that with the children, and they are very cooperative. And also churches. We know apart from getting the word of God, we also need to educate our people on how to take care of Mother Earth and institutions. So we have really mapped that, and the people have welcomed the initiative. It has taken us long, since 2017, but Kajiado have been the first to welcome us so that we do that. And the different groups, so we have 15 women groups and 3 youth group organizations that are doing the waste collection. So when they do the waste collection, they go to the hub. We have different organizations that we have partnered with. They come and buy the waste from the hub. So you see, from the homestead, we have that chain that is moving around. But our main aim is really to make people understand that it is not the responsibility of the cleaner to take care of the waste. Look at this scenario here. When you buy a banana from the market, it is really, it looks good, is it? Yes, but after you've peeled and taken in the banana, now you see the peel as waste and throw it just by the roadside, thinking of another person who will take that peel and throw it away. So if I really take it as my personal responsibility of looking at where I can dispose the waste instead of throwing it everywhere and anywhere and anyhow, we will make this world a better place. I really used not to feel the smoke when I was coming to Nairobi. Neither did I really used to know anything about global warming. But after going through this awareness training and these seminars, nowadays I feel the heat. I feel it. I feel the smoke in Nairobi. And I feel that I need to take responsibility. Yeah. So that is what we are doing in Kitengela. It's a pilot, and I know we are going to go to other places. Just like he said, 21, we will be available, and we will be saying, you remember when I said taka taka ni mali? Yes, here we are, and we are championing the same. Thank you.
Amazing work. Round of applause. A round of applause. I know it's just a pilot project, but just like the pilots at KQ, that is going to take off, inshallah. Ndio sasa.
Thank you.
Thank you very much. Okay, you guys are hearing right here at the CAM Sustainability Conference about the opportunity. We have someone who's actually doing the work on the ground. We have guys from CAM who are looking to support, and some amazing work is being done. Right now, before we get to anything else, because I've been told lunch is cooking nice and hot, before we get to that, and before we hear from someone from EABL who are supporting us today, big shout out to EABL for supporting us. They'll come through and speak to us. Before we get to that, I know there are people here in the audience here at the Sarova Stanley, and also people watching on our YouTube and our Facebook as well. Maybe you have a question. Maybe you connect your organization at home, hapo hivyo, mtaa yenu. Maybe you have a question about how you can get involved, about the value there, about the opportunity therein. This is your opportunity. So I'm going to be checking our Facebook and our YouTube. But before that, does anyone in the room have a question for the super team on stage in front of us? Swali yoyote. There's no such thing as a bad question. Tuanzie hii side. Watu wangu wa pwani hawajaini angusha. Hello. Ai, si unitibu. Wacha nikulete. Hapa sawa hapa.
Thank you.
Watu wangu wa pwani hawajaini angusha. Hello.
Hello.
That's what's up. Who are you? What's your question? Where are you from as well?
Okay, thank you. My name is Yasmin Mohammed. I come from SUPAB. It's a feminist women's rights organization based in Kibra.
Yes.
And my question to the panel is, first of all, I'd like to commend them for the good work that they are doing. And I'm impressed and honored to see women like taking lead in their different spaces. So my question is, women do play a very critical role in the society, and as organizations or rather associations that focuses on waste management and green growth, what are they doing to ensure that more women are part and parcel of the process? Because again, as we see, this is a field that is so very much male-dominated, and we are honored again to be part of the CBOs that Vince Plastic are empowering in ensuring that we have a sustainable environment, or rather a circular, like accelerating the circular economy growth.
Yes.
So that's my question. Thank you.
Oh, repeat the question one last time.
So what are they doing to ensure that more women engage in such spaces or take part in waste management?
Who wants to tackle that one? It's a hot one. Who wants to tackle that one? Okay.
Thank you, Yasmin.
So, at WIN especially, we are empowering women through women organizations, especially like CBO Super, because they're all empowering women. So we are trying to reach out to the more and more women who are even using household item, which is also recyclable, right? I don't need to go to the wise crowd to say this, but we are individually who manage the house, women, right? So they are our target, and we are reaching out to individual doorstep to educate them what and how you should recycle and how you can make some income happening from the waste. And same time also, we do empower by giving them upcycle material. Remember, Vince is also upcycling. We are manufacturer also. So not always that we want to give money. Sometimes we exchange with the goods. These are household item, or these are industrial item also items. So we try to exchange, so the women who are on the grassroots or at the doorstep, they can at least have a sustainable income happening by small established business. So basically, these women can sell our items and then they can make their profit. So this is how Vince is reaching out to all the women. And hey, woman listens to woman. So Vince is run by women. So hey, this is where we are.
Hey,
Yes.
amazing. They actually say that's the truth. They say when you educate a man, na siko ubaya wanaume wenzangu, saa siko ubaya. When you educate a man, you educate an individual. But when you educate a woman, you educate a nation. Is that the truth?
Yes.
Okay. Amazing work you guys are doing there. Any more questions before I start tackling the questions online? There's a question there. I can take two more. 1, 2, a third one. Ya bonus vitu tutapatiana baadaye. But let's start with the first one. Let me bring the mic to you.
Good afternoon. I'm so grateful about the panelists. You are women, really mnatusaidia mambo mengi. So us as a Kilibomba, we are based in Kibra. We basically into mental health. And recently we found out that through the recreation facilities we have, as in like cleaning the environment, we are accommodating a lot of people, or rather changing a lot of people. My question is, how can you partner with us so that we can do our work to sensitize people around Kibra?
Who wants to take that one?
I can. Thank you for the question. I think the question that you have asked is more or less why we are here today, to engage you and create awareness on the opportunities that are there, and also try to get, to understand the challenges that you're going through. So as part of the activities that you're doing and you're planning to do is then to do capacity building and training now to the different CBOs. And we are hoping to work with different partners with different expertise, like now Vince, we're now doing recycling, so that then you can learn on the value of waste, the opportunities that are there, and also try and create market linkages, because I was in Kibra last week and I got to engage in most of you. And the thing that most of the youths were saying is they are not aware that that type of waste is valuable at the end of the day. So, and what they are asking, okay, we can collect that, but where can we take it? So having such forums where you then see, or rather we bring the different partners so that you also hear from them and you also get to understand what is waste, as you've told Taka ni Mali, and where can you take it, and what are the opportunities that are coming up even with the different regulations that are there, so that you can then be prepared for them, and also partner with these organizations to then now engage the youth and keep them busy, as you're saying now, to divert them away from the other activities that they shouldn't be, or rather doing. Yes, thank you.
Okay, asante sana. Thank you so much. One last question. We're about to get into a special session with the folks from EABL. One last question, tafadhali. Is it good?
Good afternoon.
There we go. Good afternoon.
Yeah, so my question is direct to Vince. So I was kindly asking is there any way apart from plastic? We know we have different other recyclable materials. So how can you link the CBOs that are also segregating the larger percentage of the recyclable materials, e.g. glass? How can you link them direct with other markets, e.g. EBL? Because, for example, for us, we usually manage to also collect a larger percentage of glass bottles, but sometimes we end up with no market. So we think of other ways of how we can use the glass, ending up having no income sometimes.
Thank you for your question. I will give you a little bit enlightenment about this. Remember, we all have our special connections, right? So it's individual to reach out to us, because we do meet different people in different sector of recycler. But being Vince also, soon we are going to start collecting the glass bottles, but definitely there is still a journey to complete before we do that. Rest of the recycler, let's say if you talk about maybe clothes, right? Which is you need to recycle at some point, and I know there is still a value to it also. So there are more organizations who is upcycling all this kind of waste. Please reach out to us individual. If we have that connection, if we have that contact, definitely we will be the one to link you up and then see what is the best way out of and bring the sustainability to the special waste also, which is going to be a little bit in an adventurous way, because if you are not doing it, that means you have to learn how to do it, right? So please reach out to us and we will give you all the connection, what we have collected so far, and we can see how we can connect and secure this also. Thank you.
Maybe if I can add to that. So as the Kenya Association of Manufacturers, we also work closely with the Kenya Association of Waste Recyclers, who then have members who recycle different items. Their members are collectors and recyclers. So we work closely with them to then create that market linkages for you in case there's a particular type of waste that you're collecting and you'd like to get to know a recycler doing it and the area in which they're located. We can connect you with the Kenya Association of Waste Recyclers. As KM this year, we have also done a mapping study, and we're soon launching the platform on our website, where we have mapped collectors and recyclers across Nairobi, Mombasa, Kisumu, and Nakuru, just to try and map out what they are doing, the different types of waste that they're engaging with. So we hope that once that is up and running, then you can also use the platform to get that kind of information. And if not, then feel free to also reach out to us. And we hope to also engage you later on to better understand what type of waste you're collecting and how we can connect you with the recyclers. Yes.
Okay, amazing. Asante sana, asante sana. We're about to get closing remarks from our super team up here on stage. So before we let you go, okay, someone wants to clap. Let's all clap, tafadhali, tafadhali. Huh? Okay, dakika moja tu. Wacha wapatiane tu closing remarks na wanetia microphone tu sahi. Oh, ni swali? Aya, kuna microphone iko mahali hapo hivyo? Okay, kuna microphone inakuja. Tuambie who you are, where you're from, and what your question is.
Hapo saa. I'm Kennedy Otieng from Dandora.
Hey.
And I have a question. Is it common for a youth group or a CBO doing garbage collection to elevate themselves to service providers? The obvious answer will be no. And why? And that is to come. Please tell us what you have done maybe to try and help these youth groups and CBOs to elevate themselves to such. And then secondly is that we know there is low awareness, particularly to us, consumers. Unajua? What, maybe this question goes to now all of us. What have we done maybe to create more awareness to consumers? Because the problem starts right from the household levels. Now, is there that awareness from the household level in that waste can be segregated at that particular point? Thank you.
Asante sana. Sharon, there's a question for you, and are you going to tackle the second one? Oh, Arun, oh, okay. So Sharon, you can start with the first one.
He didn't quite clarify which service to be elevated to, or rather I assume youth doing waste collection to be elevated to waste collection as a service. Yes, so with that, what we are doing, and we hope to have other players and partners that we work with, such as NEMA and Nairobi County Government, to also be in the room to then advise how then they can support you and your activities, because I understand, like when I went to Kibera, yes, they are doing collection, but they do not know where exactly to deposit, or rather they don't have like a collection center. So creating that close partnership and working relationship with now NEMA and the county government is something that we can do. And from that is also training, because then when you do waste collection and you're trained on the value of the different types of waste, then whatever that you'll be having at the end of the day will be very little, which would then be needed to go to the dump site. So yes, it's something that we can work on, and we hope to get now into the ground with the different partners that we have to then help you tackle those challenges and support then your service to service, or rather to now work with the larger public now to help clean the environment.
And maybe I'd like to add on what you were mentioning about how many people actually at the household level are aware of waste segregation. When we do the collection, we see at times that there are some people who actually put their food waste separately and also sanitary waste separately, but the number is very small. That means we still have a lot more of awareness creation to do.
Okay.
Lastly,
Yeah.
as I had spoken earlier, that is what we are doing in Kitengela, Kajiado County. As I told you that we are trying to educate the households to separate. It is difficult for them, but they have started trying to do what we are educating them. And as I told you, children are the best. You know, your child, when the children are taught in school, when they come home, when you try to correct your child, she or he tells you that, teacher hakusema hivyo. Is it? Yes. So if we go the school way, the institution way, I think we will get it right at the homestead. And also, we provide those material for separation. Sometimes it is difficult because people do not have materials. So they think that by separating it's again another extra cost. But when we provide the material, it will be inculcated in them little by little, because it is not a one-off thing. It is a transformation, and transformation starts by making people aware, and then the practice comes on.
Okay. Okay. Let's do, Madam Aruna, if you can do the comment that you want to say, and then a final word. Everyone gets a minute just to give a final word.
Okay, to add on to the education, so far also WINS is coming up with a program to train children in the school. Definitely, again, it's a journey to start, because there's lots goes in when you say you want to teach them how to separate. Remember, you need a material to store this separation also. So this is what WINS is doing also specialized. But I like one of my champion to talk behalf this, because it will come from their experience. Let's not say everything good about WINS, but let's hear what is out there for WINS also. So can I please ask you to come this mic and enlighten on this?
If you can do it, just 30 seconds. Come, kuja. Just 30 seconds, mbio. Have that as a final word from Vince, just to mbio. Very fast.
Oh, thank you.
Yes.
Once again, my name is Juma from Tasafi Initiative. So I think I just got your question right. So what happens with the partnership is when we started as Tasafi, it's always been a step. So we do the segregation, garbage collection, and waste management. So what happens with the VINS, any other partner or donor that you'll be working with as a youth, they always try to look on the positive impact that you have in your community. And that's what we've been getting as Mtasafi Initiative. So my only urge will be, the more effort you put, the more promotion you get. Personally, I have 3 of my boys employed at VINS company, and I will also get direct support in hosting most of the events, like the current one that we have on Saturday, which was commemorating the World Cleanup Day. Yeah. So what I'll just love to urge all the groups that are in Kibra, if you have any plastics that you love to directly link to VINS, before getting to the main partner, try to see who is doing the same thing that you're doing on the ground. And that will be the right way to approach me. So we can buy the plastics from you, we can link them directly to VINS Plastic. If you have any maybe question, any breakdown, we can help you do that. Thank you.
Okay, asante sana. A final word from you, Agi. Tuambie, 1 minute. Take.
Okay, hello once more. From our discussions, it is very obvious that it is all connected. Even when we speak about SDG, sustainability, circular economy, it is all connected. And especially when you talk about environment, and I'd also commend what Akili Bomba is doing. There's a lot of connectivity between the environment and our mental health. From the way our environment looks like, it really affects our mental health, and in particular, people who work in waste management. Our environment is everything but appealing. And there are also many other challenges, and the people whom we work with who also get affected. Their mental health is affected, they get rejected, and what work do they resort to? Waste collection, because quote unquote that's the kazi ya watu wa takataka, kazi ya watu wachafu. So the mental health aspect should not be, I would like the mental health aspect to be considered in these discussions. And in addition to that, waste is usually deposited in the low income areas, in the slums. So when we also do these discussions, let's also think about where our waste goes after it leaves our site. Thank you.
Asante sana, Madam Kerubo. Any final word from you?
What I can say finally is that as a youth, don't take waste as taka-taka. I have a background in teaching, but I'm doing something about waste. My children ask me, Mom, kwani wewe unafanya na takataka? Wewe umekuwa takataka siku hizi? I tell them, takataka ni mali. Waste is wealth. And remember, our hashtag at takataka ni mali is my waste, my responsibility. Thank you.
Amazing, amazing. Thank you. Sharon, final word?
My final word would just be moving away from today's event and conference. Hope you learn something. Hope you'll take the message back home. And for us, what we want to see in the near future is to formalize this sector, because we understand 80% of the sector is informal. But we hope and pray that one day, one time, then this waste collection, recycling will be a lucrative job, and will be able to give a lot of employment and opportunities to the youth. Thank you.
Sana. Round of applause for all our amazing team members today. Asante sana. You guys can have your seats. Thank you guys so much for helping us with that discussion. You can just leave the mics on the chairs. Thank you guys so much. We're moving on right here at the CAM Sustainability Conference 2021. Where were we? We're moving right ahead, right here at the CAM Sustainability Conference 2021, right here at the Sarova Stanley. Thank you to everyone who's joining in on our YouTube and our Facebook. Comment up or down below if you have any questions at all. We'll address them, or comments as well to further talk to us. Right about now, we need to look at something, because today we're very big on sustainability and reusing and recycling up over and making some money from it. But we are also very big on young people, the youth. Na kitu moja yenye young people tunajua, saa zingine sherehe ni sheria. Sindio, au sio? Au sio? Sindio? Ama nyam pigangi sherehe? Sheria, ni lazima, sindio? So here's the thing. There's such a thing as having sherehe responsibly, in a way that, you know what they say, all work and no play makes Jack a dull boy. If you're constantly working, you need to have some time off for yourself. And that's why we need to talk about this. It's all related to the SDG number 3, good health and well-being. And asante sana to the guys from EABL who are coming through to help us with this one. We need to talk about responsible drinking and its impact on well-being and economic progress. Who wants to have a conversation about responsible drinking? You look like a man who wants to have a conversation like that. Sindio? Sindio kaka? I'm seeing some ladies here also wants to have a ama sherehe ni ya wanaume pekee. Okay. So right about now, let's have a panel discussion on this. Responsible drinking and its impact on well-being and economic progress. And to do this, we have a representative from EABL, Madam Marianne. She is the sustainability manager there. Madam Marianne, karibu sana to the floor. Karibu sana. Round of applause for her as she comes. And also from this is actually a performing artist and a representative from DHC, Smalls Ridhor. Ndio hiyo sasa. It's actually lethal, but I feel like it's really nice to say lethal. Smalls, lethal. Welcome to the stage, Kaka. Round of applause for Smalls. Now, Smalls, ukikuja utatuambia, why do they call you Smalls lethal? You'll explain that to us. Okay, number 3 hapo hivyo, we have DJ Kelv, an event manager and founder of Ubunifu Arts Center. DJ Kelv in the building. And we have a youth mentor from Chanukah Foundation who's also coming through to help us with this conversation. Come on through, sir. Karibu, karibu sana. Round of applause for everyone here. Okay, we are about to have this conversation about responsible drinking and its impact on well-being and economic progress. Of course, we have got to start from here. Why is that very important to EABL and to Kenya and to the society? Why is it very important that people embrace responsible drinking? Madam Miriam, talk to us.
Okay, the mic is good, thank you. So my name is Miriam Deru, and I'm a sustainability manager. And when we say sustainability, I've been listening to you, Charles. You've been talking about taking care of our natural resources and also ensuring that our businesses are there for till 21, as we had spoken about, right? So sustainability for us is about taking care of our natural resources, and it is also for taking care of our consumers. Yeah?
Yes.
So I'd like to mention that we have something at Kenya Breweries called Society 2030, and that is our commitment to a more sustainable and inclusive world. And how are we going to do this? In 3 ways. I'm also a teacher. Yeah, we're going to do this in 3 ways. 1, we're going to do it through positive drinking. 2, inclusion and diversity, and I mentioned that to a young lady who was behind the camera. And 3, we're going to do this through grain to glass sustainability. So the first one, I talked about positive drinking. And when I say positive drinking, I mean ensuring that we have a positive role for alcohol in society. You know, alcohol has been there from time immemorial. Is it us who started it? Is it us who started alcohol? It has been there forever. It has been there even, not to start quoting the Bible, but it has been there. Sindio?
Yeah.
Yeah. Therefore, we have to ensure that when we are consuming alcohol, we are doing it in a respectable manner. Yeah? So that is what it means, if I've answered your question.
Yes, you have. Asante sana, asante sana. Let's hop to Smalls Lethal. Ati mbona wanakuita Smalls Lethal, by the way?
Mi ni Smalls, alafu mi ni mkali.
Hey,
So mi
okay.
ni Smalls Lethal.
Ndio hiyo sasa.
Ndio.
All the way from
Kabisa.
DHC. Tell us about what you do.
I'm a hip-hop artist. I'm a rapper and an activist. So mi ni Smalls Lethal, aka the Raptivist.
Okay, the Raptivist.
Yeah.
I absolutely love that. And hapo hivyo DHC, you're not only doing your art, but also empowering other young people. Maybe mtu ako na talanta anaweza come through hapo hivyo. But maybe tell us, in brief kidogo, what can we do as the society to build the participation of young people in embracing good health and well-being? Apart from kutafuta do na nini, we also need to maintain our well-being kama human beings. What can we do? What are some of the things that we can do?
Number one, because I'm an artist, we use art as a tool, you know, to promote awareness around easy vitu zote, social ills, positive changes in our communities. So we bring about it by use of art and music generally. Yeah, and to have a sustainable drinking environment, lazima tufanye workshops, tufanye awareness programs. Watu waweze kuelewa kwa nini wanafaa wa drink responsibly. We are not supposed to take pride in how many drinks we have, but the memories zenye zinakuja na hiyo kuenjoy your drinks, ndio? Because at the same time tuna appreciate our manufacturers, the products that they produce, the marketing that they do for them, and the enjoyment that they bring to our moments, ndio? So we need to have more, I think we need to have more social awareness on drinking. Alafu na pia retailing responsibility by retailers.
Yeah.
You know, we need to have a conversation about how we can engage the community about underage drinking, you know. Like, sasa ukiuzia msee ako underage pombe, when ndio utakuwa responsible, you know,
Yeah.
if consequences zimwangukie vibaya.
Mhm.
Yeah, so we need to have a conversation about retailing responsibly. Yeah.
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 Okay, amazing. Thank you so much for that. And we will have that conversation. That's what we're here to do. Before we get to DJ Kelv, Madam Miriam, I will swing back to you in just a bit to ask you, because KBL top industry giant when it comes to your sector, and because of the way you guys are involved in sustainability, there's that part of your value chain where maybe people like the CBOs or even Vince can link back to you guys in terms of that value chain. Do you want to address that now or later in a bit?
I can address that now, and I really like what the Smalls or the
Lethal
Smalls Lethal has talked about, and that's something that we've been tackling. I really like what you've talked about, retailing responsibly, and we've had campaigns called. There's one called Under 18 Asipewe. There's another one called Smashed that is going to be talking about underage drinking, and we have actually contacted the organization to do something about this, which is in the works anyway. But for us, we are so committed to ensuring that that retailers are aware. We did this campaign called Under 18 Asipewe, and you know, we found out that even our retailers do not know that if they are caught selling to people under the age of 18 years, it's not the underage person who will go to jail, it is them. And therefore, 95% of those retailers actually said that they really need this education. And this is something that we have been doing. We have trained parents, we have trained teachers, and we have also been talking to the retailers. But it is therefore something that we must do more.
Okay.
If we are being told by the HC that they are not feeling us on the ground, that means that there's an opportunity to do more. So far, we've trained 27,000 people, and I'm sure we can do a lot more. Yes.
Okay, and the factor of the economic development aspect of it in terms of sustainability. Am we swing back around to that in a bit?
You can come back.
Okay. DJ Kelv, how are you doing, sir?
I'm fine, thank you.
Ebu najua ulituambia kidogo, but ebu tell us again. Tell us about Ubunifu Art Center.
Okay. Ubunifu Art Center is a community-based organization. We are based in Kariobangi North, and what we do is train young people on how to use creative arts to improve their livelihoods. Yeah, so we've trained around 100 young people on different art forms, like graffiti guys, music guys, and we've even launched a monthly platform where young people come and showcase various skills and talents that we've trained them in the center, because we've realized that the creative art sector is very flexible and it can employ a lot of young people. There was this survey that was done in 2013, and it was talking about how the creative art sector is growing by 1.3 billion annually. So I believe that there is a big opportunity for young people to invest in creative arts. Yeah. Yes.
Amazing. Briefly tell me about some of the opportunities that you guys at Ubunifu, generally in Kenya, that are presented to the young people, to the youth, to uptake and overcome challenges every day that we see in society. What are some of those?
We are being told that our population is comprised of 60% of young people. And majority of us young people are unemployed. So what I'd like to tell young people is that entrepreneurship is the way to go.
Yeah.
But this entrepreneurship has to be done through three sectors that I'm seeing an opportunity in. One of them is the creative arts. As I've said, there's a lot of opportunity there. There's the circular economy, and we've had the previous speakers talking about taka ni mali. And I believe there's a big opportunity over there. And of course, there's now the digital space, the digital skills, whereby you have social media and you have content creators, Like you see people like Crazy Kena or Jalango making a lot of money from such kind of things. So what I tell young people is these 3 areas, guys can get self-employment from these areas.
Okay.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
Amazing, amazing. The mentor from Chanukah. Sorry, we didn't catch your name. What's your name again, sir?
Mr. Obat.
Mr. Obat.
Yes.
Welcome, welcome, welcome. Tell us about the Chanukah Foundation, by the way, before we get to anything else.
So Chanukah is an association of young people. We are basically an information highway. Our job is to disseminate information in a way that young people can understand and take action. We believe that knowledge is very key to development of young people and information. There are a lot of opportunities in Kenya for young people, but the information is disseminated in a way that either they will not get it, or even if they get it, it's corrupted in nature. We have left it to the politicians to tell young people about what the government is doing. And we believe that where your knowledge ends is where your downfall begins. So any area in your life that you have a blind spot, lack of knowledge in some area, that is the area that will destroy you. And so information needs to be disseminated to young people in a way that they understand, and not only understand, but take action from that information. So that is what Chanukah is all about. So simply just kuchanua watu, tunachanuana tu.
Okay. Hebu tuendelee hivyo na hiyo mode ya kuchanuana. Hebu tuchanue. We're talking about responsible drinking and its impact on well-being and economic progress. What are some of the maybe practices that you've seen huko hivyo mtaani of people exercising some responsible drinking, and maybe some practices that maybe you guys encourage at Chanukah? Does it really help like someone's well-being and economic progress if they are responsible drinkers?
Maybe just to start, one of the downfalls of young people in Kenya is irresponsible drinking. See, we agree.
Yeah.
Kenya is known as a drinking nation. That's a very bad tag to be given. And it's not only drinking, but they drink irresponsibly.
Yeah.
And one of the reasons why young people are drinking irresponsibly, some of the reasons are mental health issues that are not being addressed, underemployment and lack of employment. I have never seen a rich person drunk akalala kwa mtaro. I have never seen. Because they know the responsibilities they have, what they need to take care of, how drinking can destroy the opportunities that they have. But now when you give a young person who has no hope, they have no hope for tomorrow, they are not employed. And so ni kupiga tu sherehe Monday to Friday, Sunday to Saturday. It's because there are no opportunities to take them out of alcohol. And just look at the informal settlements. If you go to Eastlands, the booming business right now is wines and spirits. Yeah. They are everywhere. They are replacing chemists. They are replacing butcheries. You go to buy meat, unashindwa, see place ilikuwa butchery tu jana. It's now a wines and spirit. You're going to a chemist, it's now a wines and spirit. So
yeah.
I have no problem with drinking, but irresponsible drinking is what I have a problem with. And like I said, this information of irresponsible drinking has not been disseminated to young people very well. And so you see how young people are wasting away in alcohol, such that even when that opportunity comes now, you will not be able to take advantage of it because you are now an alcoholic. And alcoholism is a disease.
But let me ask you. So what you've mentioned is true. By the a lot of people are actually seeing the economic benefit of being opening like a wines and spirits, because you always want to open a business and at least you'll make something. And KBL and EABL, what they are doing, they are starting programs that are actually helping people, because when you are a responsible drinker, it actually helps you. Tumesema all work and no play makes Jack a dull boy. And actually, Madam Marianne, if you can tell us about some of the things that you're doing as some of the projects, because I know you have a line of them. You mentioned right now the one for underage drinking. What was the name of that project?
So that one is called Under 18 Asipewe. And let me just say that I totally agree with what Mr. Obat is saying.
Yes.
That the that if drinking is done harmfully,
Yeah.
it impairs your judgment, your vision, your coordination. It can just impair your life.
Yeah.
And therefore, and that's why I started this conversation by saying that drinking has been there from generations. It's just the education that we give people, the way we talk to people about alcohol, the way people have treated alcohol for a long time we really have to zero back. I mean, if they are hiring people like us to come and now start talking about responsible drinking,
Yeah.
I mean, that has to say something, Mr. Obat.
An initiative that you're taking.
Yes, I am. Then I just wanted to mention that, so we have Under 18 Asipewe, which we are talking to retailers. We we also have a platform called Drink IQ, where we talk to the youth, where it's our website. We talk about alcohol and mental health. And then also to mention that all these influencers that are representing Kenya breweries go through a very rigorous program called the Diageo Marketing Code. The first code, I told you I'm a teacher. The first one is we tell them that they have to comply with the laws of the land. The second one is on abstinence. We tell them to respect those who abstain from alcohol. We teach them that not everybody, not everybody, it's not a must that kila mtu akunywe, because there are several reasons why people don't drink.
Yeah.
For example, there are people who don't drink for religious reasons. There are people who don't drink because they are expecting babies. There are people who don't drink because they just don't feel like it's their choice.
Yeah.
Therefore, we have to push people to respect those who abstain by ensuring that even any ads that come out from KBL, they have to that they're not making people feel stupid or excluded for not consuming our products.
True.
I wouldn't mind being Chanwad more after this session. Let me tell you, there's a lot to talk about there.
There is.
Yes, but there's a lot that we are doing to ensure that people respect alcohol. So go to drinkiq.com, go and see that there's a lot of information out there that we have put in. And will be and if you've noticed also, our influencers in all their communication right now are telling people, drink better, not more. Yeah? If you've noticed that.
Yeah.
Because we're not telling people to elevate the way they are drinking. If they are drinking, wakule something. If they are drinking, they drink water. If they are drinking and they know tomorrow they are at work, please don't drink. Sometimes the best choice is not to have anything to drink. Yeah. So I can keep going.
No, actually, you've started something really nice, and I think tukimalizia hapa hivi, I think I'll want everyone, because you guys represent different members of the young people, the youth in Kenya. Maybe venye Mariana amesema, there are a few practices that people can employ to be responsible drinkers, because the drink has been there for a long time. It helps us become. It's basically part of our human nature, basically. So there are practices that we can employ to become more responsible. So, Madam Mariano umesema, like, if you know you're expectant, ama uko na work the next day, maybe abstain, and also drink water, because we encourage that a lot. I know part of the DMC is telling people, kula kwanza, kunywa maji. What are some of the other things? Smalls, Lethal, unaweza tuambia hapo hivyo, DJ Kelb. What are the other things you can advise someone in order to become responsible drinkers and follow that line? What are some of the things that you've seen maybe in the community and you practice as well for responsible drinking?
We need to first accept that misuse of alcohol causes social and individual harm.
Yeah.
You know? So I'll just talk about the artist and what artists na kenye tunafanya.
Yeah.
Community ijue ama wa go through responsible drinking laws ama programs, unajua. I think pia gava inafaa is strict and laws za kitu kama drink driving laws, you know, and as we say, moderation is key. Responsibility inaanza na wewe. You have to respect yourself.
Yes.
Sio kukata tu maji, unakata maji like crate mbili, but you take pride in kukunywa crate mbili.
No.
First count your drinks and skip the short games. Unajua, tupige mashot, sijui tufanye nini. Alafu tuendeni raundi na magari. That's how people die. That's how our youth die. And I understand tunapoteza watu 3.3 million a year, you know, worldwide. So we need to engage more. Tuonyeshe wasee like kukata maji ni sheria lakini moderation is key. Na sisi kama ma-artist tuna provide activities that we talk to the artist about this. Kama DHC tuko na program ya watoi inaitwa School of Rhyme, and that is where we nurture them from that age na kuwaonyesha kuvuta bangi sio poa, kukunywa pombe si poa, you know. Na wakifika ile age wanaanza kukata maji, we still talk to them. And tunawaonyesha like responsible drinking is the way to go if unakata maji. Juu sisi kama artist we perform, we talk to people, sisi ni kioo cha jamii. So we need to na sisi ndio tunaongelesha wasee about this thing. So I just want to pick up our KBL pia job wanafanya kuhusu consumer awareness, you know, kuelezea wasee why drinking irresponsibly is bad to your health. It can cause strokes, it can cause diabetes, you know, ama risks of kupata isima disease, heart disease, ama heart attack, you know. So we just want to say like artists, we need to pia connect na community na kuongelea hizi vitu pia.
Okay. Yeah. Asante sana Smalls Lethal. Bwana DJ Kelp, tuambie, what are some of those practices, advice kenye umeteki at ubunifu?
I think Smalls amesema kitu important sana in terms of artists as a mirror, like sisi ni kioo cha jamii, na unapata sisi as artists ndio tunakuanga culprits, unanielewa? Si ndio tunaanzanga hiyo mchezo ya DJ Kelp manzi ameingia show nini analewa, unajua hizi ni tunaonanga mtaani. So as artists first sisi tunafaa kuembrace responsible drinking, tunafaa kuanzia hapo, kwa sababu mtu kama mimi ni kioo cha jamii pale mimi natoka, unaelewa? So inafaa kwanza na mimi kwanza. Kitu kingine, if mtu anataka kukunywa unafaa kujua limit yako, unanielewa? Alafu pia naweza sema pia the government pia ina push watu to that side. Juu unapata ukiangalia since COVID yaanze, kuna a lot of companies zenye zimefungwa kwa sababu ya high taxes, unaona? So inakuja na encourage illicit brews, unaona? Na hizo illicit brews haziko regulated, unaona? Pia nataka kusema the government ni poa ingilei maneno, isaidie like kama mtu ameanzisha legit business, wacha afanye biashara yake, unaona? Juu some of these sanctions zina push our youth badala ya kunywe mali safi ya EABL watu wanaingia kwa illicit brews bana. So ndio kitu mimi naweza sema.
Amazing. We're just about to break for lunch, but before I let you guys go in my super team hapa hivi, maybe kuna mtu akona final word, maybe just a minute to talk about. Tutamalizia na wewe Madam Marian, tutamalizia na wewe, but some final words about responsible drinking and why it is necessary in our society.
I love the initiatives that EABL has, and you know, that's a very good initiative to ensure that your consumers are in good health and you know they'll come back tomorrow. But just like DJ Kelva said, if we can also help us tackle illicit brew, because most of the alcoholics we have, you know, are not hooked to the legal ones, the ones that have been tested by KEBS and are legally on the shelves. It is this illicit brew that is wasting our youths away. So if you can also reach out to those who are taking the illicit brew, and the availability of cheap liquor, and that is the illicit brew, has contributed to a lot of young people being alcoholics. And then one of the ways we just encourage them is, you know, you show them what they stand to lose. There's a friend of mine who used to drink and drive, and he's married and he has children. And so one day he's on bypass, he's driving, and you know, the photo of the wife and the child just flashed. And he realized, this is what I will lose. And they will lose me, and their lives will be miserable. And I think most of these youths who are drinking irresponsibly probably are not just aware of what they stand to lose. So if we educate them on what you stand to lose by drinking irresponsibly and drinking illicit brew, then probably they will change their behavior. So if we can start a campaign on, against illicit brew, not just headed by the government, we are waiting for the chief and the AP. If you can go there and tell them, first, this thing is not even regulated. It is harmful to your health. It has killed many people. We have never had people die of drinking ABL products unless they are drinking irresponsibly.
Yeah.
But no one has just died of drinking a beer, one bottle and they died. It is from these dens that they are drinking. So if this campaign can go to mashinani, because our young people are wasting away, and this nation without those young people, all this infrastructure we are building, all these things we are doing will be for nothing if there are no people to benefit from them.
Okay, asante sana. A round of applause for Bwana Ombata hapo hivyo. I'm being told, before we get to other final words, I'm being told there are a few questions from the audience before I close this down. We have a question on that corner hapo hivyo, and also on the other corner. Wacha tuanze hii side, we'll work our way there in just a bit. Yes, sir. Who are you? What is your question?
Mimi naitwa Ken. Ama Keniga venye tulisema natoka Dando. Nina question hapo hivyo kwa manager wetu Miriam. Question yangu ni, unajua si maboy. Weekend hivi tuko mairungi zetu na makana zetu za Guinness ama Tusker. Kaa 4. Najua? Upiga sherehe responsibly. Lakini kuna ile yenye nilikuwa nasema ile low awareness. Watu wajui kuhandle waste. Azini wakishamaliza content zenye ziko hapo, utapata ata discard anyway. Iende hivyo. So to you, ni how do you replace na kurudisha now back to waste management? Now, how do you replace the end of life concept with restoration? That is circular economy. Unajua? And that is now kwa maybe kama kunayo ma youth groups ama ma CBOs. Hapo ndo venye nimeshinda because mimi natoka kwa youth group by the way. Ma youth groups na ma CBOs wenye wame add value. Utapata wame add value kwa hizo makans. Wamefanya kitu kingine extraordinary poa yenye inavutia. Unajua? Now kama mmewak nao na kama kunao mmewak nao, tafadhali unaweza nitajia kama 2, nitashukuru. And then now to your co-panelist, niko na mzingu wangu hapo hivyo Small Lethal. Huyu boy wetu wa mtaa natoka naye mtaa moja. Shida kuu inakuwa ni mayouth. Tumeona mayouth wengi wako kwa hiyo ni hizo ma creative arts. Kuna ma talents wenye wanacheza ball, lakini unapata msee amekuwa deadly, lakini unapata anakuja inakuwa haiwezi endelea na ball kwa sababu there is no that support system. Unajua? Kuna like ile unity of purpose on the stakeholders wa hiyo sector. Now you guys, tunataka round hii sijui kama sijui venye mnaiweka hapo juu ndio isikike poa. Tunataka enough support system kwa vijana. Ndio vijana waweze kuwa our daddy ama our talent zao unaona? Yeah, manze. Thanks.
Okay. Asante sana. Who will take up the first one?
Wacha nijibu. Hiyo yangu. Naweza sema ama naweza ongezea kenye umesema bro. I think I would urge EABL wafanye kama hizo awareness za kuja paka vitu zina cover hadi sports. They can do like tournaments alafu to sensitize on why responsible drinking ni important sana kwa my youth. More so sportsmen. Tumepoteza sportsmen wengi sababu ya pombe. Wasanii pia, like they get depressed alafu kila mtu anaangukia pombe ati nikikunywa pombe nitakuwa fiti. So I think we need to have, hata kama ni mayouth wa mtaani, offer trainings. Nao waweze kuwa pia walimu wa mayouth wengine. Waweze kuonyesha kwa nini we need to drink responsibly. Unaona? Yama kutumia hizo products vizuri. Another thing ni hiyo vitu umesema fake products. Umesema illicit brews, but I will talk about fake products. Kuna hizo pia mingi sana. Msi anabai konyagi mahali lakini ni fake. How do we sensitize on this? Watu watajuaje like inite origin na inite fake. How do we know that? I think tunafaa kuwa na hiyo awareness pia, na pia laws zikuwe strict kwa wasee wenye wanatengeneza tu pombe zao mtaani. Hizo hatujui wanatumia nini, chemicals gani, na I think hata ndio maana watu wanadedi sana. That wasanii wana end up in rehabilitation centers. Wana sportsmen wanapoteza majob zao and all that. So we need to support addiction recovery na pia strict laws on innovation, I guess. Yeah.
Okay.
Okay, and I would like to thank you so much for your questions and your comments. Let me tell you, these conversations are the ones that help us at the end of the day. Sindio? Now, let me tell you that Kenya Breweries, I'll give you some facts, that we are one of the top supporters of sports in this country. Maneno ya rugby tuko hapo. Maneno ya Harambee Stars tuko what are they
Olympics?
called? Tusker FC Olympics tuko hapo. Yeah? So, forgive us if we are not doing everything. Yeah? But we are doing the best. We are doing a lot that we can. But I'm saying the reason we are here is because we are we want to find the opportunities. I told you that DHC, we've been talking with some of your people here and there about some questions that we'll be letting you know a little further. Yeah? Then somebody asked about recycling. That is true. It is something that we are doing, and that is why we are working very closely with Kenya Association of Manufacturers. We are also working with an organization called Takataka Solutions. Lakini nimekuja hapa nimepata kuna organizations mingi. And that is why we are also working with Sharon, so that she can help us, she can guide us. You know, when we are there in the office, we don't know. We are just there manufacturing alcohol, calculating when, how many people are drinking responsibly and vitu kama hizo. But when we come for sessions like this, I feel enriched. Mimi nasikia kama nimechanuka sana. Sitting next to this Mr. Obat here. And of course, small lethal.
Okay, I'm seeing another question there. Hello, sir. Jina na swali.
Mi naitwa Atilen Steven, Mtasafi representative. Question yangu ni inaenda kwa, do you guys do sensitization kwa schools, mostly high schools? Because unapata in 4 years time, form 1 uliingia shule kama utumi pombe nini, but anytime unaenda home, peer pressure inafanya unachukua drugs, but hujui ile Kenya itatokea consequence. So nilikuwa nauliza kama, nilikuwa naomba kama mnaweza fanya sensitization kwa shule, because 4 years ni time kubwa sana yenye inaweza fanya kuwa addicted. Ndio ukimaliza shule unapata ni ngumu kutoka kwa drugs. Asante.
Yeah. Ni mimi najibu.
Yeah?
Okay. So yes, we unfortunately, as Kenya Breweries, we cannot go and start talking to people under the age of 18 years. And because one, the same people who are telling us that we are talking to people are the ones going to tell us that you're what? Kumbe, you are trying to advertise indirectly. Nyinyi ni wa smart. Mnasemanga hivyo. So, what we are doing, I have told you, we usually talk to the retailers a lot. But that point, I cannot let it go. We still need to talk to the youth. We still need to find smart ways to talk to people who are under the age of 18 years. And there are some programs that are running that you may not know that ni Kenya Breweries behind them. Yeah? But they talk to the youth, they tell them the dangers of underage drinking. It can destroy you mentally. It can destroy, even as you grow up, unapata, even you don't have a memory, yeah, and things like that. I'll be able to talk about this better. We'll be able to speak about it more. Yeah.
Okay, asante sana. We're still getting more questions. And remember, by the way, you can ask a question, but also, if you've experienced something, maybe you or your friend, you've really found the value of responsible drinking after going through it, you can still tell us by the way. We would love to hear that. And what you're going through will actually help Marianne and the guys at KBL, at EABL to help us with this issue. Yes, sir.
My name is Ali Yusuf from Slum Going Green and Clean.
Yes.
I have a suggestion for the manufacturers. I think we can do some exchange from the CBOs with you guys. For example, if we collect the waste product from your company, we can exchange it with another product from you. Can that help us?
I'll not be able to answer that question, but I think that is a brilliant idea. I mean, those are the things that now need to start coming out. But of course, you unajua mi si boss. I am sitting here representing a whole organization. These are conversations that we need to have, and we'll know how to answer them later. Sindio?
Thank you.
Okay, asante sana, asante sana. I'm seeing a few people on, oh, there's someone back there. Okay, talk to us.
Good afternoon.
Afternoon.
My name is Arnaima Ibrahim. I'm from Kibra. My organization is Kibra Green. And I'm also an assistant TM for a team called Kibra United. My question to Madam Marianne, nimesikia ukiongelelea una support mko na hiyo. Nimesikia ukisema muna supportia hizo teams za juu, rugby, Gor Mahia FC. Hapa mashinani pia kuna teams. I believe hapa ndani kuna wale wanacheza ball, kuna ma-artist hapa ndani. Sana sana naongelea pande ya mpira. Cause unapata kuna chali anacheza ball smart sana, but hana future. Future yake anajua akitoka maybe Dandora FC atachezea Kariobangi Youth ama kuje Kibera. Kuna possibility ama is there any way munaweza mentor hao vijana wenye wako down, kwa sababu ndio wanacheza ball smart sana but hawana opportunities.
Munaniuliza maswali ngumu, and they are very good questions, by the way. And let me tell you, we have, forgive me if we do not do everything. Sindio? We have to do what we can, yeah, as an organization. Me, I want to continue thanking you for these questions. Please keep bringing them. I'm not going to answer anymore because I'm hoping I'm not taking over this panel. These artists need to speak too.
Wait, can we get maybe one more question? Ya mwisho tu Marianne. Sawa? Yeah, okay.
Okay, my name is Felix Kokonya. Mimi nashukuru sana kwanza hii panel tuko nayo hapa ndani because nimeona my youth kuna haja ya kujifikiria pia tukienda kwa kukunywa. Me myself naweza waambia mimi singekuwa na nyinyi hapa. Mimi am a former alcoholic. Nilikunywa na EBL, nikaona dozi inapungua, nikaacha EBL nikaenda choche. So kuenda kwa choche nilienda nikakunywa cham, na by the way nililose focus ya life yangu sana. Nikajipata kwa garbage nikiishi na maboy pale. So nililose hope na life, nikaacha na wife yangu, watoi wangu nilikuwa siwezi wa providea. So naweza furahi sana nikisema venye Marianne anasema ya kwamba social drinking ndio kitu yenye wana promote kama EBL, but ikifika mahali imekuwa problem drinking, mtu amepata depression, amekimbia kwa drink, inakuwa shida. So kama sisi kama CBO ya Kilibomba na represent Kilibomba hapa, Wala Kolo is our partner SHG, tuko na kitu inaitwa Punguza Ulevi Initiative. So iko pale Kibira, tunaweza invite sana watu wa KBL wakuja waone vile tunaongelesha mayouth, watu waweze kupunguza ulevi. Mimi nilikuwa member, nikaanza kupunguza ulevi. Hatimaye sasa naweza kuambia niko na 1 year 6 months sober. So mimi nashukuru sana. Ile kitu nilikuwa nasema tu ni kucommend wase. Tusikize pia advice ile tunaambiwa juu ukikaa kwa mindset yako sana hauwezi prosper. Sasa ile kuna comfortability, hakuna kitu utadu. So mimi nashukuru sana wale watu wote wanafanya garbage collection hapa. Tusikue comfortable. At the end of the day tunagundua taka ni pato. Nashukuru sana.
Thank you so much for sharing your experience. Yes, sir.
My question goes to Marianne again, please.
Atasaidi. Okay,
No,
wewe uliza swali. Anaweza saidiwa. Kuna smalls, kuna wanaombacha hapo hivyo. Anaweza saidiwa. Uliza.
Marianne, si ati mimi natafuta kitu ya kufanya, lakini nilikuwa mnywaji sana. Nimekunywa sana mpaka I owned a bar. But from 2016 to date, I'm sober. Very much sober. So we are in Kilibomba. And whatever we are trying to do there is sensitize youth about alcohol. My question is, how can you help those youth to stop drinking? Because they don't need a story. They need someone who is telling them what that person went through. A person, mwenye amekuwa hapo akikunywa, wanamjua. That's the only way maybe to sensitize people around there. How are you doing that? You can try to contact even us. Si ati ni kazi natafuta. Yeah.
Oh, and that's why I'm saying that is the reason why we are here, so that we can interact with the CBOs who are available. And let me tell you, we have, as a company, you can do everything, but you are given, for us, let me tell you, like for our foundation, we're given 1% of the company profits. And then we deal with, and I told you the 3 things that we deal with: water and environment, positive drinking, inclusion and diversity. Now unasikia? So we are doing our part in ensuring that we take care of the youth by taking them through programs. We have a program called Heshima, where we take them through a vocational training. Vocational training ni kama plumbing, masonry, na vitu kama hizo. And we have taken over 2,000 people through that program. Yeah? But when we come here, it is so that we can interact and learn what we can do better. Yeah? We cannot do everything, but we can do at least our part in ensuring that there's a positive role for alcohol. Yeah.
Good afternoon, everyone.
Good afternoon.
My name is Heavyweight. As I said once more again, it's a pleasure to be here. So mine in terms of the same. It's rather I've been privileged to work with a couple of DJ Kelv over there, Smalls, doing commendable job. Round of applause to these guys, tafadhali. So on the same, this is a collective responsibility. So prospectively, looking into that, as a youth raised in Dandora, I've been raised by a single parent, so I know the challenges of this, and in one way or the other, it's quite relatable to what we are tackling right now. So art as a tool of economic empowerment. This means I'll post this as a challenge, maybe rather, to both of you. Looking into it in terms of bills, frameworks, and policies under the CSR, corporate social responsibility. So if it can be converted into sustainability and the practicality, because we are good always in lamenting and complaining. People get so emotional into this stuff every now and then. But looking into it on a long-term basis, inamaanisha boy kama mimi nimelelewa Dando, kani hii umang'aya mtaa yote yani nimepitia, nimepoteza mabeshte, wamepigwa risasi huko hivyo. So I'm talking about the economic side of it. Biashara yani, sisi kama wasanii. Kuna mabillboard huko mtaani unaanga zinacheza adverts fulani. How about if we are invested into directly and indirectly? I've worked with DJ Kel for like 2-3 years. Ana work poa. That's why na commend I say, kama mnaweza work now, I think ni poa na ni very accessible. These are very transparent and accountable guys. So thank you once more again on that. Shukran.
I totally agree.
True. Sorry, let me take a few moments to speak on to second Heavyweight KG's up IV. I think looking at the panel and the audience right here, I believe we can come out of this place with a very good solution to take this whole drinking responsibly to a next level. Like for example, DHC, we have once partnered with Enkari Oltau to go out and talk to students in school, primary and secondary, and we empower them on becoming responsible citizens in the country and all that. So this is something that has been happening. I think as an idea, you guys can just come in and as a partnership basis, just be part of the whole journey, and we move forward together, and I'll be very happy to be part of that. And speaking about that panel, I think a very good program can come out of this whole thing. You know, we have a DJ right there. We have Chanukah. You know, Chanukah can be used as teachers, if I can say. You know, Chanukah can be used as a tool of educating the society, the general society, the youth, and everything else. You know, and DJ Kelv, Smalls Lethal, and Dandora Hip Hop City, we can take part in spreading this message in a larger scale through entertainment. You know, so I don't know. I know it's not your decision to make, but I'm just being inspired to say something right now, you know, because that's all I see. Minimum Natuyani, something coming out of this whole thing, a good program that can work for the sake of sports, like everybody here has been talking about, for the sake of entertainment and for the sake of responsible drinking. You know, let's just tuongeze tu hiyo nguvu tu tusonge. What you guys are doing, tuongeze tu hiyo mkono na tusonge. That's all.
Yo, hapo ya responsible drinking hapo nimesikiza.
I think we have time for two more, just two more. Yes.
Mine is actually...
put the mic a bit closer.
Okay, mine is just an advice. Research tells us that we have 246 million people who are depressed, and the larger number is drug-induced. So what we usually tell our members is that let's get out of our comfort zones, because most of our young youth, we've decided that alcohol is the way. Let's stop it, and actually let's see something that we can do. We already have like garbage collection, and we are doing so much. I've seen so much being talked today. Let's get busy and let's get something to replace with the alcohol. Actually, number two, let's unlock our mind. Let's think wider. There are works on online jobs. We can also apply for those jobs. Okay, to me, I think it's about our choices. What you choose to do is what will come. An outcome will always come from what you want to do. We should not complain as in we want KBL or the government to do most of the things. Let's create awareness and let's be vigilant with what we are doing. And then our opinions are always best by our perspectives. Yes.
Asante sana. Thank you. Thank you so much. Okay, final one.
Hello guys.
Hello, ni aje?
Mimi naitwa Kefa na mimi ni muhenga. So bado kuna wahenga kwa hii nyumba bado, yeah? So mine ilikuwa enyewe huko hivyo mtaani pombe ina nini inaenda kuwa ni issue. It's a big ordeal, like ni ka pandemic kwa youths. Lakini ndo huyu utakuja kunywa hiyo pombe. Kwanza ni situation gani imemleta hadi hiyo place? Juu wenyewe tukiwa tumefunzwa, tumeambiwa pombe it's harmful to your health nini. Kama de fulani ni I happen to taste nini kiasi tu. Alafu in the middle of the night nikamka around 4. Then nilikuwa nimedoze. Alafu nikaota kama ini kangu kamekuwa kadogo. Niliamka nikakunywa jago moja mzima ya maji kwanza nijitulize. So hizi ni vitu utaambia waache steam, waache pombe, lakini ache pombe afanye nini? Of which si kitu mbaya, like yeah. So tujaribu ku substitute umse ache pombe, umpatie kitu afanye. Juu pale mtaani mayouth bidhi wako na very very many good ideas. Wako na potential, lakini ni ile tu bado kuna ile wanafaa kushukua mkono kuonyeshwa the way. Hatujui hizi mambo. Ndio maana tunakuja kaa wahenga, bado tunaweza tuko na hizo manjia.
Asante sana Mohenga. Thank you so much. Lakini ni venye tumeambiwa, nani alituambia haujaiteki msee mdosi donga amekaa hapo hivyo. It's because responsible drinking ndio ina address hiyo maneno, by the way. It's not about ati kulewa, ni baada ya kazi mnaenda kiasi, mnafikiria, all work and no play, mnacheza kidogo and then mnarudi kazi. I'm going to give everyone a final chance to do like one final word kabla tuende lunch. Tutaanza side gani? Tuanze na Smalls.
Okay, sawa. Ningependa pia kukumbusha mapero. Sisi kama parents pia character development ni muhimu. Ongea na watoi wenu mapema. Sio ati mtoi akikuja amelewa unafeel amekuwa mwanaume ama unafeel amekuwa mtu mzima. Unaona? Hiyo si kitu ya kukua proud of. Ongea na yeye, muonyeshe ukikunywa tei ukiwa mless ni dangerous, na umuonyeshe hizo benefits za ku drink responsibly if you have to. Alafu pia wasanii, ma sportsmen na ma youth, tusikate maji kumaliza, kata maji kusikia fiti, si ndio? Msikate maji kumaliza, don't overdo it. Sawa, kama if you need to celebrate, drink responsibly, na mkatae kabisa kudrive when you're drunk, si ndio? Chunga maisha yako, chunga future yako. Yeah.
Smalls little
Smalls, bana.
amenena. Thank you very much, everybody. Please ensure you go to www.drinkiq.com. There is a lot more information there, and there are a lot of people in this room that we are talking to. Musione kama mumeachwa. That's why I'm here. Here. Ama ningekuwa hapa na katu.
Too much of something is always poisonous. And it's too much of, anything. Even if you are a religious person and you just stay in church, too much of that is also poisonous. Someone told me you can be so spiritual that you lose earthly relevance. Like umekuwa so spiritual that you're not relevant to this earth. So ensure that you have a purpose for life and ask yourself your value. What is your value? And you're not just here to coexist with us. Huko hapa tu kujaza sewage na maisha iendelee na kutupa takataka na wengine waokote. There is more attached to your life. Find your value. Know your worth. This country needs you. It doesn't matter where you are currently. Whether you're in Kibra, whether you're in Madare, whether you're in Dandora. Stories change. We don't know who you will be tomorrow. So tomorrow you are this CEO and you're struggling with liver failure because you never used to drink responsibly. You're now treating things that you would have avoided in the past. There's a friend of mine who lost a dad, and the dad used to drink irresponsibly. And I remember when the dad was looking for a kidney, and we used to go and see him in the hospital, and he would always tell us just what she was saying: drink responsibly. I'm not telling you not to drink, but drink responsibly. Unfortunately, he died. Someone who was a prominent businessman who had employed so many people, was a family man, lost his life just because there's a time when he was young. You see, the things you're doing now when you are young will catch up with you in old age. Whatever you plant, that you shall reap. So you're just drinking, saying, ile siku nitaomoka nitawacha. But hiyo time unaomoka, hiyo do yote utatimia kutibu ile kitu ulifanya kama hujaomoka. So take care of your health, be responsible, and just also to emphasize as I close, go and get the COVID jab. These young people ndio hata hiyo jab hatutaki kudungwa. We don't care about health. Like tuko tu, we are the weak link in health. And treating you requires money. Money from my taxes. Ukitibiwa Kenyatta, mimi pia nimelipa kukutibu. And so that money would have done something else. And so because you were irresponsible in taking care of your health, now that money is being used to do something else, to treat you, money that would have done something else to develop this country. I've also been sensitizing people who ride motorbikes. They're riding motorbikes with no sweaters, no protective gears. I'm telling them, you see, this irresponsibility uko nayo ya kuendesha nduthi too recklessly. If you fall here, a police officer will come here. They will fuel their car. We will take you to hospital. We will treat you. You'll call us for a fundraiser. If you die, we'll have to bury you. It has a ripple effect just because you are careless. So be responsible with your life and know that you matter in this country. We depend on you because we don't know who you will be tomorrow. Thank you.
Amazing, amazing. DJ Kel, tuambie.
I think ndio ubaya kuongea mwisho. Kila kitu ishasemwa. But what I want to emphasize is I just have two things to say, and that is to come and to EABL. Please try to do a lot of things kwa grassroots, because that's where the potential is. That's where the potential is. You see, all of these young people here are from the grassroots. So we need to find a way of how we can collaborate with people from the grassroots. Secondly, to all of us, let's fix our attitude, improve our skills, and improve our knowledge. Yes. One last thing, don't forget to follow us on all social media handles. At Ubunifu Art Center, we are artful people, and we are open for any kind of collaborations. Thank you. Yes.
Amazing, amazing. Marianne, did you have any final words? Ama uko sawa? You're good. Okay, a round of applause for each of our team members up over on the panel. Asanteni sana. You guys can have your seats. You guys can have your seats. And thank you so much to also everyone who's been joining us on our Facebook and our YouTube. This is the CAM Sustainability Conference 2021 up over. We're about to end the live stream though, but up over at the Sarova, we are continuing. We have an interesting conversation that we need to do after lunch. Tuende tukakule lunch and then we come back and then have chai pamoja as we discuss things that are very important when it comes to sustainability na pia kujijenga kimaisha na kido when it comes to waste management and that reusing and recycling. We'll have an amazing conversation. But for now, I want to tell the guys who are joining us online, asante sana, and thank you to EABL as well and to CAM as well for supporting this event. We'll see you guys here in about 40 minutes, and we'll see you guys at home next time when we're back right here on the Kenya Association of Manufacturers page. Asanteni sana for tuning in. Aya, lunchtime wase, twende.